engineering ethics is essential in guiding technology that affects society, the environment, and future generations. Nuclear power is one such technology that requires careful ethical consideration due to risks such as radiation exposure, nuclear accident, and long-term radioactive waste. In Malaysia, nuclear energy is being discussed as a solution to rising electricity demand, energy security, and carbon emission reduction. However, ethical responsibility requires more than technical capability. The main problem is whether Malaysia is truly prepared to manage this high-risk technology. Public concern over safety, the absence of a clear radioactive waste management plan, outdated regulation, and limited public trust present serious ethical challenges. Without strong governance, transparency, and public acceptance, the ethical implementation of nuclear power in Malaysia remain uncertain.
Continuing from the previous discussion, when we talk about nuclear power, ethics is not just about technology or the cost. From an engineering ethics point of view, the main responsibility of engineers is to protect public safety and health. This becomes really important in nuclear power because even a small mistake can lead to long-term environmental and health problems. Engineers are expected to follow strict safety rules, have multiple safety systems in place, and carry out regular monitoring. If safety is reduced just to save money or time, that would be considered unethical. Ethics also involves the public. People have the right to know the risk and be involved in decisions that may affect their safety. Public discussion should be meaningful and transparent, especially for high-risk technologies like nuclear power, so that trust can be built. Another important ethical issue is responsibility towards future generations. Nuclear waste can stay dangerous for thousands of years, which means future generations may have to deal with consequences of decisions made today. So overall, while nuclear power may have its advantages, ethical engineering means putting safety, transparency, and long-term responsibility first before considering its use in Malaysia.
Continuing this further, nuclear power is often discussed as an alternative energy source because it can produce a large amount of electricity with low carbon emissions. However, in Malaysia, public awareness and acceptance are still relatively low. People often associate it with nuclear accidents such as Chernobyl and Fukushima. This is why we decided to do a case study on public awareness. This case study consists of a total of 30 persons from different backgrounds. One of the main factors affecting public awareness is the lack of clear and consistent information. Although agencies like nuclear power agencies exist in Malaysia, but their role and activities are not widely known by the public. Most Malaysians receive information from the social media, which could produce misinformation and negative perceptions. In addition, safety concerns and waste management issues are the major reasons why people are still hesitant to support nuclear power. The public often questions whether Malaysia is ready in terms of technology, regulations, and emergency support systems. In conclusion, improving public awareness through education, through transparent information, through public engagement is very important if Malaysia is considering nuclear power in the future. With proper understanding, people can form opinions based on facts rather than fear.
Good day, everyone. Now I will briefly discuss the solutions to the conflict and practical conclusion regarding nuclear power in Malaysia. Malaysia's interest in nuclear energy is driven by rising electricity demand, energy security concerns, and commitments to reduce carbon emission. While nuclear technology itself is well established, research shows that Malaysia's main challenges are not technical but involve governance, costs, public acceptance, and human capital. To address this challenge, Malaysia must first strengthen its policy and regulatory framework. The current Atomic Energy Licensing Act 1984 is insufficient for a nuclear power program. A dedicated nuclear energy law and and independent regulatory authority aligned with IAEA standards are essential to ensure safety and public trust. Malaysia also should adopt a phased and cautious approach, treating nuclear power as a long-term baseload option rather than a quick solution. High capital costs can be managed through government-backed financing, public-private partnerships, and international collaboration, supported by transparent communication of long-term benefits. Public acceptance remain critical. Open engagement, scientific and long-term education are necessary to address safety and waste concern. At the same time, Malaysia also must invest in skilled human resources and radioactive waste management. In conclusion, nuclear power in Malaysia is technically feasible but depends on readiness, not speed. With strong governance, public confidence, and careful preparation, nuclear energy become a responsible part of Malaysia's long-term sustainable energy strategy. That's all from me. Thank you.